Probably when you get together with friends and family, among the conversations that you're having are about the rising gas prices and food prices. It's becoming more and more difficult, I think, for all of us to go to the grocery store on that budget and come back successful. Janice Hartman certainly is seeing that on a regular basis. She's with the UT Extension. So she is here as part of Extension Month to talk about a program that she has to help people who are getting SNAP assistance really learn how to stretch those dollars. Good to see you.
Good to be here, thanks.
You know, I would think that part of the challenge, Janice, is that you panic a little bit now when you go to the grocery store and you see how expensive things are. And some people, especially elderly people, might be so shocked by the change in prices, they don't quite know where to start.
Well, I'm shocked at what I see at the grocery store. And so, yes, I try to share my own experiences. You know, every time I go to the grocery store, it's a little bit more bare. So we talk about things about the importance of preparing your own meals so that you don't get a lot of the bad stuff like sodium, fat, and sugar. And we try to provide tips for grocery store, for meal planning that makes it easier so that they can create a list, they can go and get what they need, and then they have some easy recipes that they can come back and prepare.
Right.
And sometimes it'll be one of those cook once and eat twice, where they can prepare a casserole, some soup, something like that, that will stretch those food dollars in what the ingredients contain.
Yeah, because even in the best circumstances where someone is wanting to make these healthy choices in what they're buying, so they're getting produce, and that's great, but if you don't eat it quickly or incorporate it into a prepared meal, it's going to go bad and you've wasted your money.
That's exactly right. So we talk about the importance of fresh produce is great, but be careful not to buy more than what you have planned to use, or that you know that you can prepare and freeze. And the other thing that we encourage is that canned, goods are just as healthy in most cases. You want to watch the sodium in the vegetables, the sugar in the fruit, but frozen vegetables are also a good option. And so the best time sometimes is just to watch those store ads and see, if you can grab some things on sale.
It is UT Extension Month, so before we get more into your level of expertise, I think that I've always been so surprised / impressed. It's both. At really the range of offerings that you find at the Extension, and it's all practical for your life.
It is. We have 3 different areas. We have agriculture, and that encompasses anything from gardening to identifying leaves and trees. We have family and consumer science, under which my program falls, where we teach family basic skills. It could be anything from financial planning to food preservation, as well as the nutrition programs. And then 4-H. Everybody knows about 4-H.
Right.
It's such a good opportunity for our kids, and we have wonderful programming where they can do public speaking or robotics or archery, just about anything that's going to help them prepare for the future.
So you mentioned the kids. I would think as part of you're a nutrition educator, when you're dealing with younger people, maybe someone in the program is going to be a mom with a couple of kids. We live now in a day and age where everything is prepackaged. So this idea of coming and buying raw ingredients to then prepare a meal, is it a foreign language sometimes for people?
It is, and particularly, the people who haven't been through our classes before, we have an opportunity to demonstrate recipe preparation. And so when they see how it's done and they realize, I can do that with just a little guidance, then that takes some of the scary away, but it's also important to work with multiple generations. We want to start the kids out, early on. And I had a lady on one of my online classes last night. Her 3-year-old was preparing imaginary soup, and he was putting fish and lots of vegetables in it.
Good for him.
And that's exactly what we want, is we want the kids to start out early learning and looking forward to being part of that process.
I'm glad you said the online classes, because again, maybe in some weird ways, COVID has been beneficial because we've learned how to do it this way. That's saving them people gas money to get to the class.
Exactly, and we have a lot of people who, their schedules just don't work to have a 10 to 11 in the morning class, or to get, where they need to go. And so we learned a lot of stuff that first year about how to continue to offer the resources that we have. And so I've learned a lot about Zoom.
I think that you told me that the way this works is that when you sign up, it's kind of a series, like you said, of classes. You want them to learn incrementally, but once they complete it, they get kind of a goodie bag with a lot of kitchen utensils. That's a great value.
Well, it is, and you know, we talk about not only what they are, but how to use them. And so they're going to get an insulated grocery bag and probably a reusable grocery bag, as well as measuring cups, measuring spoons, food thermometers, because food safety is really an important aspect of food
Preparation, yeah.
And so, yes, they get that, and they get an opportunity to have a certificate of completion, which some folks have actually used in their employment applications.
And real quickly, too, I've got like a minute left. You mentioned the sodium level. With the elderly people who you're dealing with, where it's hard sometimes to prepare for one person. That's hard. So are they turning often to frozen meals, which then end up not being healthy for them in the long run?
Yes, and I saw that in my own family. So we really encourage, you know, the ways that they can make their meals themselves rather than opening this can or this package, because a lot of them are already on medications or have health issues. And so we want to try to make it easy and still encourage them to try something new.
Well, so if people are wanting to contact you, are these classes kind of ongoing? If they call today or they call next week, they can still sign up to be a part of this?
I have some ongoing classes, and I am able to schedule classes if a group of people want to, you know, say have something online or something at their location. We work with everybody. Okay, so here's how you'll contact them. Her name is Janice Hartman. She's part of the UT Extension over there on Adamson Circle. 855-6113 is the phone number. You always can learn more by going to hamilton.tennessee.edu. And trust me, when you heard her talk about all the different resources they have, they really do, and each one of them is excellent at what they bring to the table. So Janice, thank you. Thank you, Julie.
Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? We can help. Call now to receive $350 off dental implants. Peak Family Dentistry offers painless procedures and the latest technology to help you regain your smile and your confidence. Call to schedule your dental implant consultation today.
No one kinda likes the Filet-O-Fish. It's an all-or-nothing sandwich. That's why we never see one half-eaten.
Enjoy the deliciousness of all things delicious when you order 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's twice as nice at the new Mango's in Red Bank. Mango's showroom is twice the size, twice the sofas and chairs, twice the dining tables, twice the lamps. More of all the decor that makes a house a warm, inviting home. Buy one item or the whole room. Mango's selection can update any room in your home. And don't forget the jewelry and candles for gift giving.
Come see us at Mango's.
Cute name, great prices for everything in your home.
You want to make pizza night with the family even better? Bam! Get yourself this Parmesan crusted papadilla. It's like a golden crispy little fireworks show in your mouth. Get a Parmesan crusted papadilla only at Papa John's.
I rode my first motorcycle when I was 7 years old, and I love the freedom it brings. But I have seen firsthand the devastation that occurs when a negligent driver causes a wreck with a motorcyclist. Broken bones, disfigurement, paralysis, and even death. The law provides the same protections to drivers of motorcycles as it does to all other drivers. If you or a loved one has been harmed while riding a motorcycle, let Wedemark Keith go to work for you.
The name you know and trust.
Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? We can help. Call now to receive $350 off dental implants. Peak Family Dentistry offers painless procedures and the latest technology to help you regain your smile and your confidence. Call to schedule your dental implant consultation today.
This time of year, we're all working in the yards, getting ready for the beautiful spring and summer flowers to bloom, but you want to do it the right way, and very often, people are now looking to incorporate native plants into their garden landscaping. So what a fun day for us to have Sally Wenzel join us. She is with the Tennessee Valley Wild Ones, and they are gearing up for 2 weekends of information and buying fun. Good to see you this morning, Sally.
Thank you for having me.
So part one is coming up on Saturday, March 12th, and it makes a lot of sense because this is the time to come and gather all of your knowledge from these various experts, and then the next weekend, March 18th, you can go and put your buying power to work and buy up the things to make your yard look beautiful.
That's right, and I'm sorry to correct you, but it is Saturday, March 19th. So.
Oh, that's okay.
But everyone will be so excited that it'll seem even longer.
I do not mind being corrected, so thank you. Saturday, March 12th. Let's talk about the March 12th event then first, because on this one you need people to register because they're gonna pay to go to this event, but well worth it. Excellent speakers. The keynote speaker I'll let you talk about. A lot of information to gain on March 12th.
Sure. The keynoter is W. Gary Smith, who's a nationally recognized landscaper and artist. He has done some major designs in some of our great public gardens like Longwood Gardens, the Southern Highland Reserve in North Carolina. His work has been featured all around the country. He takes a very artistic approach to landscape design, and he's got a book for people who are inspired. Two of our speakers have books, and they will be also available to sign books. We will have them available on Saturday.
Well, I'm guessing that he will speak a little bit about the joy and the benefit of using native plants in your landscaping, and partly I would think from a consumer standpoint, they're going to work so well because they're native to here.
That's right. Not only do you get the natural beauty of the native plants, you also attract wildlife. Like everyone likes to see birds. Birds really rely on native plants to provide them with year-round food. We think we put up bird feeders, but that's so we can see the birds. But the birds are really busy out in our landscapes looking for insects and other food. So whenever you think about plants, you also have to think about the larger landscape, and that includes our local wildlife.
It does take a lot of planning, more than just are you going to plant in sun or shade. So people, I think, want the beautiful layering effects that you see in magazine pictures. You want that where you can. Will there be some kind of breakaway sessions on March 12th where people can learn some techniques to incorporate?
It's actually a plenary, meaning that we don't have workshops. We have speakers, but we do have a broad variety of topics. For example, we have Trad Cotter, who's going to talk about the fascinating world of mushrooms and other mycorrhiza and the benefits to our ecosystem. They do a lot of work in our soil. We have Bodhi Panisi from University of Georgia talking about creating healthy, biodiverse communities, particularly to support pollinators. That's become a big topic of concern. Without pollinators, we lose a large part of our food supply. We have Claudio Vasquez talking about how to select and source native plants. He has done a lot of work to pull together native plant nurseries to make more buying opportunities available. And then we have Andrea Ludwig from the University of Tennessee talking about planting in our wet Tennessee landscapes. And if you've been watching the weather, you know that we're actually getting wetter in the southeast, which is changing what we need to do in our landscapes.
So then once you go to the UTC University Center on March 12th for all of that information, the following Saturday, March 19th, I've got a couple of minutes left, they'll head out to the First Horizon Pavilion, and that's where they can buy to their heart's content. What do you think they're going to be able to purchase there, Sally?
Well, we have, the count keeps actually going up. I believe at this point we have 9 native plant nurseries from around the southeast. Ranging from, like you mentioned to me previously, plants for wet settings. We have native azaleas coming in, so a great variety of shrubs, trees, and perennials, just about anything your heart's desire, we hope. So one of the frustrations for people who get all inspired is like, yes, I want to put more native plants, I want to see more wildlife, is actually finding them. So we're, making this opportunity available.
And on March 19th, that event is free. So if you don't go to the informational part on the 12th, you can still go shop on the 19th. I have a minute left. Good gardening tip: when you do go to buy, have your holes dug in your garden first before you buy. Is that a good idea?
No.
No, not a good idea?
Some of our most avid landscape or gardeners, they'll buy a bunch of plants and they'll just keep them watered until they're ready. Sometimes you get a little over-inspired and you buy too much, and then you have to figure out where to put them.
Well,
that's the nice thing about buying healthy plants is they'll last.
Well, the website to go to if you want to take part is tnvalleywildones.org. Again, this Saturday, March 12th at the UTC University Center, March 19th. The place to be is the First Horizon Pavilion. Register tnvalleywildones.org. Thank you, Sally.
Thank you for having me.
Another